For me personally, how I deal with it was that I know every single person asking me a question can't play as well as I can and never will. So no matter what you say or what you write, you'll never light a candle to me. So that's how I deal with it. But each person deals with it differently.
It's that unmistakable look that you have when you're in love with someone. Before you tell your friends or your family, they can just see it. They can see it in your eyes. There's something different. And it's captured in these photos.
Our only intention in those early years was our disbelief that these photos had ever been taken in the first place, our disbelief that they had survived for up to 70 years and up to 170 years. And we're in love with each other. And so we respond to that reflection. We feel like we're looking in an old mirror of ourselves or something. We also have a very strong sense of an obligation that we need to somehow share these with the world. Neil and I were the only two people seeing this. We didn't show these photographs or tell anybody that we were collecting them for 13 years for no other reason other than neither of us had anything inside of us that thought anybody else would be interested in them besides us.
What you hear is homosexuality is something that's new, that started maybe in the 60s but this shows that, gay people, men loving men, women loving women have been around forever and as long as photography.
We have photographs of two people who are in love with each other.
But they weren't able to tell their story. And we feel like that for once, this book is giving them what they needed. If we're sharing their story, and their story is helping so many other people.
For the first time in the history of the world, these men are able to narrate their own lives and not have their lives narrated by people who don't even know them. The response that the book has gotten and the responses that have been shared with us are just they're so moving. It's clear, because people are telling us this, that it's made an impact on their lives, and a positive one. Either help them look for a brighter future, confirmed where they are, or healed something in some way. And that's what's been shared with us, and can't ask for more than that.
Good morning, Bunny. Okay. Yeah, Dad went by. Dad home today afternoon.
Who is this? Who is this?
Yes! She can use these buttons to form sentences and express her needs and wants, her feelings. She can sort of narrate things that are happening throughout the day. What do you hear?
your stranger dog?
She can tell me if she's in pain or which doggy friend she wants to play with.
Where is your ouch?
She can tell me that she loves me, which is the best feeling ever.
Aww. Mom love you, bunny.
You know, we started with an outside button by the door. I would press it every time that she wanted to go outside, and then I would say outside, and I'd let her outside.
Outside later.
And, you know, it took her a few weeks to build that association, and then she was using it consistently herself to tell me she went outside.
Right?
Okay. Just play tug.
Since then, we've added so many abstract concepts like love you and concerned and ouch, and we've added time and pronouns now. I get a lot of messages from people on Instagram telling us that they don't plan to use the buttons, but watching our journey has just inspired them to have a stronger, more connected relationship with their own dog, and I just think that's really beautiful. There are a lot of skeptics, and that's fine. I remain skeptical. I've been a hopeful skeptic from the beginning.
You want to play tug or ball or bear or hippo? What play? Look, tug, okay?
We have 5 cameras on Bunny's board at all times. So all of that data is being sent down to the comparative cognition lab every 2 weeks and being annotated, and they're finding patterns.
Bless you. Scritch's dad, we. Now want outside?
English is so confusing, you know? It's just crazy to watch her try and understand some of these concepts. But she's used we a couple of times in ways that seem contextually appropriate, which is really exciting. The other day, for example, we were downstairs. My husband, Johnny, had decided to go get some takeout for dinner. So he left to go pick it up. Bunny walked over to the board, and she said, "We love you, why went?" Which is just astounding because she used a plural pronoun, she used past tense, she used like a group emotion. And then I was like, yeah, he's gonna go get some food, but he'll be back really soon, dad home soon. And she said, "Dad, bye," and then went and laid down. I don't know, interactions like that are just so incredible to me. If it's random, which it could be, that's a crazy amount of contextually appropriate random. There's definitely something really, really interesting going on here, and I cannot wait to see what the scientists have to say about it. I do think there is this sense that, wow, there is a lot more going on inside these incredible animals than we previously thought.
For me personally, how I deal with it was that I know every single person asking me a question can't play as well as I can and never will. So no matter what you say or what you write, you'll never light a candle to me. So that's how I deal with it. But each person deals with it differently.
I know I can get it.
I know you. Very confident.
I'm very confident.
You see it so easily. Why?
Because I believe it.
And let me tell you why. What she said it with so much confidence the first time. But you keep on and do. Listen, we can't keep interrupting. I mean, if you want, you got to understand that you're dealing with an image of a 14-year-old child. And this child gonna be out there playing with your whole ass and he gonna be in the grave. When she says something, we done told you what's happening. You dealing with a little black kid, and let her be a kid. She'll answer it with a lot of confidence. Leave that alone.
I cannot give up this platform to promote complacency and peace when there is a war on my body and a war on my rights. As we leave high school, we need to make our voices heard. Today, I was going to talk about TV and media and content because it's something that's very important to me. However, under light of recent events, it feels wrong to talk about anything but what is currently affecting me and millions of other women in the state. Recently, the heartbeat bill was passed in Texas. Starting in September, there will be a ban on abortions after 6 weeks of pregnancy, regardless of whether the pregnancy was a result of rape or incest. 6 weeks. That's all women get. And so before they realize, most of them don't realize that they're pregnant by 6 weeks. So before they have a chance to decide if they are emotionally, physically, and financially stable enough to carry out a full-term pregnancy, before they have the chance to decide if they can take on the responsibility of bringing another human being into the world, that decision is made for them by a stranger. A decision that will affect the rest of their lives is made by a stranger. I have dreams and hopes and ambitions. Every girl graduating today does. And we have spent our entire lives working towards our future. And without our input and without our consent, our control over that future has been stripped away from us. I am terrified that if my contraceptives fail, I am terrified that if I am raped, then my hopes and aspirations and dreams and efforts for my future will no longer matter. I hope that you can feel how gut-wrenching that is. I hope you can feel how dehumanizing it is to have the autonomy over your own body taken away from you. And I'm talking about this today, on a day as important as this. On a day honoring 12 years of hard academic work, on a day where we are all gathered together, on a day where you are most inclined to listen to a voice like mine, a woman's voice, to tell you that this is a problem, and it's a problem that cannot wait. And I cannot give up this platform to promote complacency and peace when there is a war on my body and a war on my rights. A war on the rights of your mothers, a war on the rights of your sisters, a war on the rights of your daughters. We cannot stay silent. Thank you.
However, Yale historian David Blight asserting the holiday is rooted in a moving ceremony conducted by freed slaves on May 1st, 1865, at the tattered remains of a Confederate prisoner of war camp. There was a Charleston, Washington racecourse and jockey club, today known as Hampton Park. The ceremony is believed to have included a parade of as many as 10,000 people, including 3,000 African American schools children singing the Union marching song, John Brown's Body. Most importantly, whether Charleston's Decoration Day was the first, is attended by Charleston's black community. AJ, Mike. We'll continue on. This is why you moved in closer, so you can hear this. Most importantly, 2 weeks prior to the ceremony, the former slaves and workmen exhumed a mass grave of 240 Union soldiers and officers. They then took those remains and buried them in individual graves with honors. Each soldier was given a proper burial. They constructed a fence to protect the cemetery site and erected a sign over the entrance that reads, "Martyrs of the Racecourse." Attended by Charleston's black community. AJ, Mike. We'll continue on. This is why you moved in closer, so you can hear this.